Hey! I realized that the phone holder I have for my phone is magnetic and it's messing up with my phone. Yeah, every time I put it there, it shuts off the screen up. I can't. I cannot catch a break. I'm telling you. So here I am again. This year I get makeup, foundation and makeup in my eyes, and it never fails. But I got to get out of here. I'm not here to drink or party because I have no money and because that's really the reason. And I cannot drink and drive. So, and I don't want to go out nowhere in this craziness down here. It is freaking 20 degrees out. I'm saying, oh, these parking spots are so close. Yeah. Why did he do that? Oh, why are you over there? I'll turn around. What kind of fucked up shit is this? Okay, how am I supposed to? Okay, I'm confused. I'm not sure how these street lights work. Alright, so yeah, I was just thinking, like, how the hell did I end up with a bully? I swear, my ex was like, let's think of this from a high school perspective. Oh, it's green. High school characters, personalities. My husband was like he wasn't a jock because you know how narcissists are, they want to be everybody and participate in everything, and then they think they're like the jack of all trades. So he tried out so many things like football and wrestling and lacrosse. That's so, like, I don't even know why anyone would join the lacrosse team, but okay. So he was also in Little League as a kid. Okay, fine, that part's fine, but he didn't really follow up with that and become a baseball player in school or something. So like I said, they're the jack of all trades. And he wasn't really a jock per se, and he was more like, wannabe popular guy. He was popular because a lot of girls liked him, and I didn't realize it. I think I realized it after some time that he was actually a bully in high school. A semi-jock, because like I said, he would try different sports out, but then he would fail or he would quit it or whatever he did and, try something else. And so he was a school bully and popular, and I was like the opposite of that when I was going to high school. We didn't go to the same high school, but there's a lot of people in the town. It's actually a weekend. Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna watch. I'm in the city right now. So he was like the school bully, wannabe jock, and I was like not really noticed. Quiet. I'd make friends with anybody. I was real friendly, you know, with nice people. I used to, at one time I was friends with all the nerds. So at one time I was, and then I started realizing maybe I shouldn't hang out with the nerds really much anymore, because I don't really have much in common with them anyway. And I had one friend that was actually a popular girl, and she stopped being friends with me because of that reason. So I was like, okay, maybe I should step my shit up a little, my game up a little bit. And so I just started hanging out with like the Key Club type people, or I'm not even sure what Key Club is. It's like film, and I was in drama class and all that, so you know, more creative people. And then I started getting involved with you know, makeup and doing my hair and makeup, and I was very girly. So, you know, I was feeling more confident about myself. I was getting more attention from different people, but it wasn't like, oh, I'm getting popular, because I wasn't that way. Because being popular really entails a certain character. And just being extroverted and loud and stuff, and just being very inauthentic and a follower, and you know, just do whatever the crowd says, and likes to be in crowds. And I wasn't like that. I was more of a solo person, and like I said, I was more creative. So if my ex went to school with me in high school, and we would not cross paths ever, probably. The only time I ever hung out with, I've hung out occasionally with popular people, like somewhat throughout the years when I started being more, you know, put together and have a style of my own and stuff. But I noticed those people were so shallow and fake and mean. Let me tell you, very mean. And I was never mean. You know, they make fun of me. Oh, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Or, you know, talk behind your back. And obviously, for some reason, I would attract the popular people a lot of times, or they would, you know, I would want to kind of get in with the popular people at certain points in my high school years. But you know, because I would try it out. I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna give this person a chance. Maybe we could hang out. Or most of the time, it was them fooling me and saying, oh, we're gonna hang out with you. Let's hang out. Or like I'd be stood up for dates, not a lot of times, but like because one of these guys that was on the football team, oh shit, worked with me, and I also, my other friend was working there with me, and he was like, oh, you like this guy? You like this one over here? I forgot his name. His name was Mark. I always like guys that have like dark hair and blue eyes most of the time, or something like a dark feature to them, or like a contrasting feature. Anyway, so this guy was Puerto Rican and something else. So already I'm attracted to him. And he had like dark hair and blue eyes, which is nice. So I liked him and I was attracted to him. And then my friend that is friends with him Right. I had a friend that was friends with him. So he was just like, oh, you want me to hook you up with my man here? And I'm like, yeah, okay. He's not even interested in me. Like, there's no point. And then I ended up going on a date with him. And so we went out. Really, I was just driving in his car. I don't know what kind of car. I forgot what it was. A sporty car. That's what they just like to show off. And he brought me to the spot that's by a lake. You know those traditional spots by the lake? Yeah, one of those. Like, oh, it's the makeout spot. Kind of like unofficially. It was, I didn't even know it was anything because I was like so naive. So he's like, oh, hey, you know, just have some small talk, talking about me. Oh, your eyes are pretty or whatever. I don't know what he said. I don't remember. And then he started kissing me, and I was like, oh yes, I get to kiss him. Ah! And I was like, yeah. And then he started like trying to take my pants off, and I was like, no, I'm not like that, because I wasn't like that. I was so naive and innocent. It's ridiculous at my age. I was like, but not really, because I've been with I've been with someone before him. It's not like I was a virgin, but just the point of like, I'm not easy like that, where, oh, we go out on one date and we're gonna sleep with each other. That wasn't what I wanted. Like, I didn't expect that. And so I pushed him off me, and I was just like, no, I'm not ready for that. You know, all innocently. And he's like, he gives me an attitude. He's like, all right, well, I'm gonna just take you home. Let's go. And he was pissed. He was pissed because he's used to getting what he wants. And, you know, he was like the captain. I don't know if he was the captain of the football team, but he was like pretty popular. And, you know, I didn't have the mindset to be like, oh my God, I'm gonna have sex with him. He's the blah 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 football team captain. Oh, I'm gonna sleep with him. No, I wasn't one of those girls. I'm more of an innocent girl. Like, not now, obviously, but you know what I'm saying. So he got pissed off and he drove me home, and that was the last I saw. Woo, he drove off on that car fast, and he was mad about it. That was a narcissist right there. Like, big red flag, right? So I'm like, okay, fine. So I had to work with him still, and I just kind of ignored him, and he ignored me, and it was the end of that. So that was one of the guys I dated. Not dated, but I went on a date with. If he was popular. Then I had a friend that had a brother that was on the football team. And he was hot, so I liked him. And for some reason, because I was good friends with his brother, right? I didn't like his brother like that. We were just friends. We didn't do nothing bad with each other. You know, we knew each other for years. So I would tell him, oh, your brother, oh, okay. And he would act all like uninterested in me. And you know, one of those arrogant guys. And I was just like, wow, okay. So we ended up going on a date once, or to the mall, whatever. And he was just like driving erratically. These guys like to do this shit. Driving erratically and showing off, okay? That's what all of them do, it seems. And whatever. So then we got to his house, because I used to hang out with his brother, and they lived together, obviously, in the same house. And I know, actually, he did have a girlfriend or something at the time, right? And this is how stupid I am. I don't even know why I do certain things. Like, with the other guys, I didn't want to put out at all. And this one, I was like all in for it. Because this one was not interested in me. I wanted to make the first moves on him. So I was like, I wasn't in his bedroom in the attic, because he lived in the attic, I guess I thought. place, the house. And I laid down on the bed, and I'm just like, flirting or something. I don't know. And then I got on top of him. I know, this is like opposite. This is like the opposite of behavior here. Like, first I'm being innocent and naive with one guy, and this guy I'm jumping on him. So I don't even know how to explain this. So I did that, and then he was just like, he pushed me off of him. He rejected me, and that hurt because I was still friends with his brother. So I was like, oh, okay. It really depends on who the person, I guess, is. I don't know. I have no idea. If the person didn't want any interest in me, I just kind of threw myself on them. Or strange. Anyway, so I had quite a bit of boyfriends growing up. Once I hit the stage of, not puberty, but I made myself look really good, let's just say. I wore nice clothes, fashionable, name brand clothes, whatever they require you to wear in high school, certain brands. And my hair was done a certain way. And, I kept myself up. So I got a lot of attention at that point in time. And I had real relationships with guys, like long-term relationships, starting from when I was like 13 years old. I was the type to want a relationship, not one night stands or anything. I wasn't into that stuff. I wanted a companion, and once I got you as a companion, that was it. I'm not looking at anybody else. And for the most part, I followed through with that. Like, I was very loyal to any boyfriend I had. So, but I noticed the popular ones were so arrogant and just annoying. But when I met my husband, my husband's older than me, and he graduated from high school. So, right, he already left high school by the time I met him. When I was in junior, freshman, sophomore, junior in high school. And I dated him then. And I didn't know he was a bully or a jock or popular in his high school. I don't really realize it that much. I mean, it's different when it's not the same when you date somebody that has a reputation in another school and you're in a different school together. It's just like, you wouldn't know the history too much about the person, because in high school everyone knows your business most of the time. They know where you fit in, what group you belong to, and all that. And I didn't know any of that about my ex, other than the stuff I was saying about him being a jack of all trade, and that all these girls would jump all over him. So he said, okay, and that he got into trouble, like he stole a car once and got arrested. He was more like the group. He liked to hang out in groups. He was a group thinker ever since he was in high school. And I wasn't like that. I was an independent thinker. And I don't know how our worlds collided, but I think it was because of my desire to be popular in the popular group, in a way, like a subconscious desire for that. Once I started getting more into myself and being, I would say, narcissistic for the most part. I remember I came from an abusive background, household, so I just wanted to be accepted myself. But I would never stoop to the level of being bullying to anybody or mean. I was never mean. So I didn't even curse until my later teen years. Oh, my arm is hurting. When I started listening to gangster rap, I just thinking about our past just gives me anxiety, just to know how dangerous that I carried out on, and I was so naive in the situations I put myself in and the areas I hung out in. Just crazy stuff. Like one time I fall fast for people right away. Like one time I met this guy, and I don't even know where. He was significantly older than me, in his 20s, and I was like a teenager. And he lured me into his apartment, which was in the projects. I forgot what we was talking about. But you know how they do things? Like how they lure you in with an innocent way of going about things, and then out of nowhere, okay, let's fuck. Or get out. You don't want to put out, get the fuck out. That's basically all the encounters I had with a lot of guys, where they were just like, oh, they lure me into a spot or an area or a room, and then it was just like, okay, that's time. Like they just would hop on top of me or try to take my clothes off or their clothes, and then I'm just like, oh, wait a minute, no. See, I liked you. I'm thinking, I like you, but I don't like this. I don't like this feeling of being raped. So I would run away from the situation, and then that would be the last time I talked to them. This happened so many times, and even with my own friends. So, I mean, is it really a mystery of how I got involved with my ex-husband? And my husband actually, I'm just getting sick now, what I'm attracted to, what I put myself through. My ex had, at first, I noticed him, and I'm like, oh, he's good looking, I like him. And then, you know, he kind of found out where I worked and stuff in the neighborhood, and he would always go by and check me out or whatever. But so I went over his house the first time, very first time. I went to his apartment, and I was drinking. Oh no, he gave me a drink of wine that somebody made for him from work. They made him a bottle of wine, like a fresh bottle of wine or something. He gave me a drink, and then I woke up. I drank it, and then I passed out or something. It wasn't even, it's not like, oh, I drank the whole bottle, I'm just drinking until I pass out. No, I drank one drink, one glass, or not even a whole glass of wine, because I wasn't big on that. And then I woke up, and he was on top of me, and he succeeded. This one succeeded, because I said before, I've been attempted rape many times by guys, and one time I was raped to a degree where I had to really struggle to remove him from me, because his strength was all up on me, and it was bad. So but this time, I'm sorry, I'm just thinking of how stupid I am for allowing these things to happen and putting myself in these positions. So he was on top of me, and you know, he succeeded. Let's say succeed. You know, because I had my clothes off and everything. So, and yet I still dated him. And then I married him. And I had kids with him. It's my fault from the very beginning. The first freaking day, the first fucking week or whatever, is a red flag in itself. And he tried to break up with me a few times, and I just begged him not to break up with me because I was borderline and I didn't know it. And I was really bad then. Really bad. And he just ran with it. He took advantage of it. And he just took what he could out of me. He got a place to stay. This is how I know what my husband is. You know, he moved out of his little apartment that he was roommating with somebody with. And he moved in with me into my grandparents' house. You know, met my family. It's the same thing that he's doing. They never stop it. They never do anything for themselves. They leech. They take away. They take away, and they don't give anything to replace it. And I had kids with this person. I don't know how to forgive myself because of the way I am, and I just kind of put myself in these situations with men. So, I don't know. I don't trust myself to take care of myself and keep myself out of danger at all, because I don't do that. I put myself in danger all of the time, and I want to please everyone else. And if that guy would have told me to go prostitute for him, I probably would have at a point, you know, when I was a teenager. I probably would have and thought it was love. You know, thank God it didn't come to that point, but it kind of feels like I was prostituted anyway by him in a way. You know, so this is just hard to talk about. And just the back and forth of leaving him and breaking up and going back to him for so many years, having 2 kids with him, and just giving up my whole dreams of life or anything just to be his prisoner, willingly to be waiting for him hand and foot, and being I really don't like myself for doing this to myself. I don't. And expecting a fairy tale out of it, out of something that never was good or pure or anything. You know, this is what happens when you think you ruined the lottery, and you really just digging your own grave up. Very gas. Now I'm stuck broke, miserable without my children that I love dearly. And this person has been hurting and destroying me since I met him. Little by little, or even blatantly so. And just because I think things different, like I look at things a different way, you know, like, kids. I miss my kids. I live for my kids. The only thing I wanted was to have an actual family of my own. You know? Even from a little young child, I wanted my own family, and I just knew, for some reason, I thought I could manage it and deal with it, and create that. But I did, but yet I didn't, because it just created a hell. It created hell, and it wasn't supposed to be like that. Because relationships don't work like that, and they don't start off like that. So it's my own fault. I realize this. Okay. I don't know. It's so windy that it feels like it's pushing against my car a little too much. too, guys. Don't make mistakes when you're young. Oh my God, that's so hard to say that, because when you're young, you're always gonna make mistakes. But the difference is, if you have a good parent background, stable family to fall back on and to guide you, and I didn't have that. I was running from my family background that I had. So yeah. All right, guys, I gotta go. I gotta get gas. Thanks for listening. Please like and subscribe and leave me a comment, okay, to encourage me to make the videos. Thanks. Bye.